Hi everyone, it's Paperworm. Welcome back to another flip through. This time we have the second part of this journal, which is number 57. Yeah, and let's begin. I think we left off here because I always put the mark on there. Is this centered? Yeah, kind of. Okay. Boom Boom is an ice cream that tastes like bubblegum, and it has also a bubblegum stick. It was my favorite as a child, but when I tried again as an adult, I noticed how sweet, artificial, and disgusting it was. Yeah, but I kind of felt nostalgic. Started playing Animal Crossing, and no, I cannot connect to people. I have Nintendo Online, but I don't know if it's my firewall or my router. I don't know. Something does not let me go to other people's islands. So I got a letter and a lot of little bits and pieces by a person named Annie. I stopped playing this game. I think I was talking about it in my last video, but I kind of lost interest. My Gaia online avatar, which Schmeek on the head. 678 stories I had written since 2007 on my computer. I mean, of course, the number grew since I wrote this, but yeah, it was interesting. I was curious one day, and I was counting all of them. I was watching this anime, Konosuba. Still playing that. I designed my own dresses with like skeleton prints and stuff. And my, you can put it in a shop and your villagers can buy it. So I'm gifting them black stuff all the time. So they all turn into goth, It's fun. It's my island will be like a goth island. Yeah. Got some happy mail from Karen. Here was May Day. Normally there is a festivity going on in Germany on the night before, but of course it was cancelled, You know why. I'm sick and tired of speaking about this topic. This was just a case I was interested in. Okay, so for everyone that does not play Animal Crossing, there are some certain characters that are really, really popular. They are basically on place, on the top 10, like, and this one is number 1. And some people spend a lot of resources to find this character, and I got it right after beginning this game, totally random, I wasn't even looking for him, and boom. And my friend, who is desperately searching for him, his name is Raymond, and my friend's name is also Raymond. So I wanted this character because he reminded me, I wanted to have my friend on my island, if that makes sense, like a representation of him. And he was so sad. And well, he wasn't sad, but you know what I mean. He was salty that I found him. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just a game, Don't take it too seriously. Yeah, that is an interesting story. I was sitting on my toilet, and in front of me, there's my sink, my bathroom sink, and I was brushing my hair before I was sitting there, and my hair fell into the sink and made a certain swirl or a certain pattern, right? And this is what I saw. My hairs made the exact pattern of this creature. And I took a picture with my phone and then I drew it for no reason, you know. It was just I don't know. I felt like if my hair didn't fall the way it did, this creature wouldn't exist, you know? Boom. There's the explanation. A claw from Schmeek. She's dropping a lot of those, but I wonder if I should collect them in like a little jar or something. But what am I doing with it? I mean, I can. I don't have kids, so I will never have like generations and generations of kids and grandkids, and I can never tell them to just clone this cat at some point. It's kind of sad. My brother just came randomly to my house and brought me an ice cream. Magnum ice cream. I don't know if you know this one, but it's a really big, chunky, premium type of popsicle, you know. Yeah. It was really heavy. Felt sick afterwards. Here I was writing about the SCP Foundation. This is like a writing project. You can look it up. There's like a Wikipedia page about it. People are making up creatures and monsters and mutants and stuff like that, and kind of like the things you see in X-Files. And then there are other people who are taking those monsters and writing uh, fiction about it, you know, like horror stories and stuff. It's like a big, giant writing project, and I really, really like it. Really interesting. I'm listening to a lot of creepypasta, you know, on YouTube about those monsters. But it can be any anomaly, you know, it's not just monsters. It's like just things that shouldn't exist. Let's just say it like that. Yeah. Very interesting. Really love this backpack. I saw a lot of bags lately that come in a shape of a skull. I really want one. Would totally match my, you know, my wannabe lifestyle. I mean, I kind of wish I had like this real goth lifestyle where everything in my house is black and, you know, but that costs money and I cannot afford it. So I just have bits and pieces every, you know, everywhere. The fucking. This was Mother's Day and I bought my mom this bouquet, but it was not a nice bouquet because a lot of shops were closed and I had to buy this at the supermarket, and even though it came with a giant sparkling plastic heart, the flowers were kind of sad looking. They were like a little bit hanging with the heads, you know what I mean, right? Like not the freshest, not the most prettiest, but it was the best I could do in this moment in time. My mom was still happy, so I finally watched the horror movie The Nun. And, you know, because I have no money, I thought this meme was just really funny. It matched just so good. Uh, then we had Father's Day in Germany, and we got my stepfather a big plant because he loves gardening, and I bought him strawberry seeds that came in a greeting card. Like the greeting card itself was in this really thin material that would dissolve in the earth, and within this paper there were like those strawberry seeds. It was really nice. Yeah, it's Britney, bitch. This is just piece of my humor. I mean, 90s kids will understand. This word, frühjahrsmüde, means spring tiredness, I guess. Yeah. Because I'm always so tired. I bought those gluten-free mini muffins at TJ Maxx, but guess what? They taste like, well, they taste like very artificial and dry. Like they were really not that good. I just kept the memory in here, but not because they were great, but just because I want to remind myself, maybe, or I want to remember one day that there was a time in my life where I was living gluten free and it sucked, you know, because everything tastes like shit. Well, I have to, actually. I'm not doing this for fun. I'm doing this because I have stomach problems when I eat wheat flour. So you all know what I want to say with that statement. So I got this really, really beautiful postcard from Megan. And this postcard is self-made. Like all the pictures on here are glued on, like a collage. So you can feel it. And this is wonderful. I really, really love this postcard. It's so thoughtful and there's so much love going into this. And, you know, it was the first postcard I have ever gotten that someone collaged themselves. So yeah, and it looks really cool. It matches me completely, and there's even a little mermaid here. So funny. So yeah, good job, good job. It's a really nice post. I love this postcard. I mean, it's just, I wanted to use it at first as a new journal cover, you know, like putting this on front of a new book. Yeah, but in the end I put it here. I started watching Shadowhunters. I don't know if you know this show, but I found it on Netflix, and it is like Vampire Diaries, you know, like it's a teenage show with like supernatural creatures like vampires and werewolves and stuff. And those Shadowhunters are basically the police force of this underworld, and if there's a vampire going nuts, they have to kill them, whatever, you know. But it's like a late teenage show, you know. The main character is 18 years old, and when you are an adult, when you're over 30, you can see the cringiness of many, many things they say and do, you know. And also they are not acting like 18 years old. You can sense that adults wrote the show and gave the characters personalities that are not real according to how real 18 years old would act, you know. But it's the same cringy type of romance like Vampire Diaries and the like. I watched actually all 4 seasons because there were some characters that I really liked. Like there was this nerdy guy who turned into a vampire, and like a witcher. Like there was a really great gay love story involved between a young 18-year-old male shadow hunter, and I don't know, a 600-year-old witch master male. So that was a really interesting relationship, and I wanted to see how it would, you know, if it would work out and stuff. So that were the only interesting parts about that show. Like the main character girl, who is of course the hero, you know, she was totally uninteresting. You know, basically she just found out she's a shadow hunter, and in the next moment she's already walking in there and giving orders, you know. That made absolutely no sense. She should have been traumatized, but she wasn't, you know. Like this is what I mean. It's like Mary Sue kind of cringy teenage stuff that you only notice when you're an adult. Oh my god, who's writing so many messages on my phone right now? Okay. Snip again. Of course. Oh my god. Mm. Yeah, of course, because of the vampire parts of that show, there were some really nice vampires. I got into the vampire mood again, and I started to write some cool stories about vampire clans, that kidnapped their brides and stuff like that. So, yo. Those are just my dream girlfriends from my game. Some poetry. Picture of myself. I had to cover this shit up. Sorry. Too personal. Most of the things I write in here are not personal at all. Or it's nothing you haven't heard of from me. I told my story 1,000 times. But sometimes I have this deep feeling about certain things and I have to write it out. Here I was writing about Trion. And this is from today. Today I kind of felt like doing something different. Like style-wise, I saw this picture on Pinterest and I thought it was really aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, that's what I did. I really like those things too. Just because I like darkness and black doesn't mean that I cannot enjoy this, I really like light pink things and stuff, and gray and art and pearls and roses, I'm kind of like, on the inside I'm a princess, but I'm not allowed to be a princess, I'm confined in chains of darkness, kind of. I don't know how I can express that, but this is the last page. Bye bye. This is just... Normally I write in here which movies and shows I watched during the duration of the journal, but I didn't keep up. Like, I watched a bunch, but I cannot remember anymore. Yeah, that's it. That was my journal. I really liked it, even though paper quality was worse than last time, but it's one of those journals that only cost €1 and 50 cents or so in the Action store. The Action store is like a kind of a dollar store. I think it comes from the Netherlands. I don't know. But yeah. You cannot really ruin a journal if it's super cheap. You know what I mean? If it doesn't cost anything, then do with it what you will. The more expensive a journal, the less fun I have, or the less free I feel, because I think I will ruin it, But yeah, then I show you my next journal. So my next journal is this handmade journal by Stacy. I showed it in the video where I unpacked all her things. It was not long ago. I had to change some things, like get rid of a certain... Like, there was a really scratchy ribbon on here that I couldn't use, so I cut it off and I put that sticker on that I got from my friend Brit. And I started to decorate a little bit the pages, but not much yet. And this has approximately 100 pages, but they are really, really thin. Like, they are like the thinnest paper you can imagine. So I don't know which pens to use in here. I don't know if my... Let's check my fountain pen. Where is it? Here. Let's just randomly do this. I can put the washi tape on later. There's no feathering, but of course super ghosting. So yeah, We will see how this will work out, you know. It's cool. It's handmade. It has charm to it, you know. I just don't know exactly how it will turn out, but I will use this and then I will let you know when this is filled up. You know, I kind of think it could be filled up very quick, but we don't know. I fall into journal slumps all the time. So yeah. That's it. That's all I have to show for today. I don't want to drag on because the video is already over 20 minutes. Okay? Thanks for watching. I love you. Bye bye.